Has there been any music since the Playboy Cardi drop that has really moved you?
I'm really into this 2hollis album.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's really cool.
Really?
I think it's really well put together, really tastefully put together. He has a lot of interesting motifs that are really intriguing to me in his brand that he also puts in his music.
Okay.
And I'm starting to see the whole picture.
What is it?
I think it's this kind of celestial, esoteric thing. You know what I mean? This kind of mysterious, like,
you gotta use words that niggas can dissect.
No,
Well,
I get what you're saying.
He's frequently talking a lot about tarot. He's frequently talking a lot about astrology.
Okay.
And that, I think, goes hand in hand with dance music, because dance music so much is about frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people, a lot of like these crystal hippies, whatever you want to call them, people that are super into this stuff, listen exclusively to dance music. If you go to EDC, a lot of people there fit that community.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's so frequency based. So I see this brand being put together really tastefully, from the imagery to like the sacred geometry as the album cover, to him explaining that the album is called Star because after his house burned down in the LA fires, the only thing that he found in the ashes was a tarot card that was the star, and he posted the star. You know, like it's all coming together, and the music's really good and it's really different. I think his voice to me is really boy band. Really, it's like a really great pop vocal to me. That like his timbre actually.
Yeah.
There are parts that are still a little too noisy for me. You know, it does pull a lot from like hyperpop and even a little bit from like dubstep. And so there are parts where I'm like, eh. But the songs that hit, I'm like, wow, this is one of the few people that can actually get me into like dance music. And I just hear the vocal and I see a star. You know what I mean? I see how it's just going to take one song and he's on the radio. In my opinion.
I agree with all that. And I think you spoke on it really well. I don't think I can speak on it better than the way you spoke on it. But visually, everything you said matches like it matches up for me. Because even from like the long hair to like, I don't know, like the gender fluidity of it all. Like I'm like, he is almost like portraying this character that transcends like human. You know what I mean?
He's like cosplaying as a god.
Yes, that's actually what it is.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm not going to say, I don't like the way that, when you say it like that, I don't like it, but like, I think it's more like a fairy type creature or whatever.
Yeah, because
like,
God, when I say that, I'm saying a god.
Yes,
so I'm speaking from
a
a perspective of like, almost like mythology, and where gods are more deities of power.
Yes,
it's like a fantasy.
He's like a deity. Yeah.
It's not at all Christian.
No, I know. That, yeah. I think we're on the same page. But yeah, I didn't love the song we listened to on stream.
Yeah.
Did you find any other songs that you like better? Or you like that song now?
But titles are going to definitely elude me right now, or evade me right now. The second track, I forget what it's called. It's a project that you should listen to the whole thing. It's not a super long listen, and one of the standouts is the way that he transitions all the tracks. There are really beautiful transitions. It feels like a complete thought. I think definitely give it a spin. You'll find some tracks, and even if you don't, when you're in the mood for that, you'll enjoy the listen.
Well, I was also gonna say too, like I think that because the question I asked was like, what has excited you?
Yeah,
and I think he is the most exciting person that's came out in a while, because when you talk about why he does what he does, everything is intentional.
Yeah.
So forget if you enjoy the music, if you don't like the music. There's a rhyme and a reason behind the cover art, the way it looks, the way he performs. He's very well spoken about what he's trying to do in all of this.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what needs to be appreciated, because then you see that everything else starts to line up. And he's also checked all the boxes previously to where he was opening up for Ken Carson and people didn't really know him. And the shows were the thing that I think really teed him up, because before people were excited about him, he was still showing out.
Yeah.
And going crazy.
Facts.
And doing the most. And then by the end of the tour, it was like people were just as excited for him as Ken.
Yeah.
And he's living in this world now where he's able to take influences of like the song that he dropped before this, Style.
Yeah.
Was like the motto. Like, you know what I mean? The flow that he did is exactly the motto.
Yeah.
And he's taking these hip hop influences and showing exactly where it could go in a whole different space. And I like that because, again, we've been speaking about the underground a lot. I think he still is a baby of that and is now showing what it could be at a higher, more elevated level to the point where you're saying he could be on the radio.
Yeah.
And when was the last time you said that about an underground artist?
Do you think he consciously aligned with hip hop, or do you think the underground wrapped their arms around him?
I think both.
Both.
I think he comes from this. I think he's just like any other kid who's like, I grew up listening to this music.
Yeah.
And he probably listened to a bunch of other shit too, but like niggas know that like rap, underground culture, hip hop culture is still fly. So in terms of the way that he's dressing and maybe the brands and seeing people rocking designer and doing all the shit, like he was probably like, oh, I want to look like this. I want to be around these people. I'm interested in this music, but I also have a passion for all this other stuff. And he himself is a producer.
Yeah.
So then I think his producer brain was like, let me just like kind of combine things and see how far I could take sounds and experiment with sounds. Cause like, again, the underground, while you may not like what they say all the time and you may not like the messaging, these producers are pushing boundaries.
Definitely.
They're doing really, really cool shit. So someone who is a producer and an artist is able to really combine those two things.
Yeah.
And like, I think that's why someone like him is different from a Nate Sib. Cause I don't know if Nate is producing all of his stuff. He might be, but like, I feel like Hollis is able to kind of like take stuff a little bit farther while he still is kind of handicapped by like, they'll do the corny pop like shit a little bit too much. Like I may want a little bit more lyrically, but what he lacks lyrically, he makes up for in the wild, off the wall production. I'm excited to listen to the album.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like, it's necessarily like my traditional cup of tea.
Yeah.
But I could see myself liking it and appreciating it.
Yeah. One day when you're at work and you're just cranking out something and you might have had one too many cup of coffee, you know, might have overdosed the Adderall a little in the morning. When you're in the mood, spin it. It's a good listen.
Bro, creativity is what is feeding me in this music shit now.
Yeah.
Like I hear so much bullshit day to day that even if it's not my favorite, if you're doing something different, that's exciting to me. I want to support you. I want to big up that, you know?
Totally.
And also pulling from influences without being derivative.